Yo, what's up, everyone? So here's the thing. 2025 just gave us what might be the most insane anime movie of the year. And honestly, nobody saw it coming. We're talking about a movie that made $175 million worldwide, has a 96% on Rotten Tomatoes, got an A cinema score from audiences, and has critics literally calling it the greatest shonen anime film ever made. And get this, it's not just about chainsaws and blood and explosions, even though we've got plenty of that. It's actually a heartbreaking love story that'll have you ugly crying while someone's getting torn apart by a shark-riding devil hunter. Yeah, you heard that right. I'm talking about Chainsaw Man, the movie, ReZark, and today we're breaking down everything about why this film is absolutely destroying the competition and what makes the ReZark so special. Plus, I've got some major news about when you can finally watch it at home. So buckle up, because we're about to dive into one of the most emotionally devastating yet beautiful anime movies you'll ever experience. Let's get into it. All right, so first things first, let me hit you with the big news that just dropped. Sony Pictures announced that Chainsaw Man, the movie ReZark, is hitting digital platforms on December 9th, 2025. That's literally this week, people. You'll be able to rent or buy it on Apple TV, Amazon Prime Video, Google TV, and Vudu. Both the Japanese subbed and English dubbed versions will be available, and we're looking at around $20 for purchase or $15 for a 48-hour rental. Pretty standard for premium releases. Now here's what's wild. This is super fast for an anime movie. Usually these things take like 4 to 5 months to hit streaming after theaters, but Sony's moving at lightning speed here. The movie opened in Japan back in September, hit US theaters on October 24th, and now, just 6 weeks later, it's already coming to your living room. And if you've got Crunchyroll, hold tight, because it's expected to drop there sometime between March and April 2026. But honestly, after everything I'm about to tell you, you're not going to want to wait that long. This movie has been an absolute monster at the box office. It debuted at + 1 in Japan, knocked down Demon Slayer from the top spot, made over $17 million in its opening weekend in North America across 3,000+ theaters, and just kept climbing. We're talking about one of the highest grossing Japanese films of all time right now. Critics are going absolutely bonkers for it. Richard Eisenbeis from Anime News Network gave an A and praised the eye-popping animation and bittersweet love story. IndieWire called out the raw energy of the action sequences. The Arts Fuse literally titled their review, "How I Learned to Stop Worrying and Love the Bomb Girl." And fans? Man, social media exploded with hashtag #ChainsawManReZark trending everywhere. People are saying things like December 9th is the day we all get ReZark at home, and can't wait to rewatch the Denji fight in 4K. The hype is real. To Henry, portrait of a serial killer, to freaking Un-Chien and Alu. It's a cinephile's dream wrapped in chainsaw-powered chaos. All right, let me break down what actually happens in this movie without spoiling too much for people who haven't read the manga. The film picks up right after Season 1, and our protagonist Denji, this poor kid who's basically been exploited and used his entire life, is still working as a devil hunter for public safety. He's obsessed with Makima, his mysterious boss, and he's constantly putting himself in danger, trying to win her approval. But then one day, while taking shelter from a rainstorm, he meets this girl named Reese who works at a cafe called Crossroads. And that name is loaded with symbolism, by the way. Reese seems genuinely interested in Denji. Not in Chainsaw Man, not in what he can do for her, but in him as a person. She wants to know about his dreams, his life, what makes him happy. And for Denji, who's never experienced real affection or connection before, this is absolutely earth-shattering. For the first time in his life, someone's treating him like he matters beyond being a weapon. They go on dates. She teaches him to swim. They share these incredibly tender moments that make you forget this is a show about devil hunters and supernatural horror. The chemistry between them is so pure and genuine that you find yourself rooting for them so hard. But this is Chainsaw Man, right? Nothing can stay simple or happy for long. Because Reese isn't just some random cafe worker. She's actually the bomb devil, sent by Soviet agents to capture Chainsaw Man's heart. Literally, not metaphorically. And here's where the movie gets brutal. There's this famous fable about the town mouse and the country mouse that gets referenced throughout the film, asking whether it's better to live a safe, boring life in isolation or a dangerous, exciting life surrounded by others. And both Denji and Reese are trapped in this question. So here's the thing that sets Chainsaw Man, Ree's arc, apart from literally every other shonen anime movie out there. This isn't some non-canon side adventure or filler content. This is a direct, canonical continuation of Season 1 of the anime, adapting one of the most beloved and emotionally devastating arcs from Tatsuki Fujimoto's manga. And unlike a lot of anime movies that feel like extended episodes, this thing was built for the big screen. We're talking a complete 100-minute story that functions as both a perfect standalone film and an essential piece of the larger Chainsaw Man narrative. But what really makes this movie special is how it balances two seemingly opposite things. It's simultaneously the most violent, brutal, blood-soaked action spectacle you'll see all year, and one of the most tender, heartbreaking romance stories in recent anime. It's like if John Wick fell in love during a Michael Bay explosion while directed by someone who really understands human loneliness and connection. The film explores these massive themes about exploitation, freedom, identity, love, betrayal, and what it means to truly connect with another person when you've been used as a weapon your entire life. And it does this while also having our boy Denji ride a demonic shark through a typhoon to fight the bomb devil. It's insane how well it works. Critics have pointed out that this is what superhero movies used to be. That perfect combination of spectacular action plus genuine character drama that makes you actually care about what's happening. The action-to-motion ratio is chef's kiss perfect, with roughly half the runtime devoted to quiet, intimate character moments, and the other half going absolutely ham with Mappa's gorgeous, fluid animation bringing some of the most creative fight sequences you've ever seen. We're talking Sharknado levels of wild, mixed with legitimate artistic cinema. The movie references everything from Russian films like Ballad of Soldier. So here's the thing that sets Chainsaw Man, Ree's arc, apart from literally every other shonen anime movie out there. This isn't some non-canon side adventure or filler content. This is a direct, canonical continuation of Season 1 of the anime, adapting one of the most beloved and emotionally devastating arcs from Tatsuki Fujimoto's manga. And unlike a lot of anime movies that feel like extended episodes, this thing was built for the big screen. We're talking a complete 100-minute story that functions as both a perfect standalone film and an essential piece of the larger Chainsaw Man narrative. But what really makes this movie special is how it balances two seemingly opposite things. It's simultaneously the most violent, brutal, blood-soaked action spectacle you'll see all year, and one of the most tender, heartbreaking romance stories in recent anime. It's like if John Wick fell in love during a Michael Bay explosion while directed by someone who really understands human loneliness and connection. The film explores these massive themes about exploitation, freedom, identity, love, betrayal, and what it means to truly connect with another person when you've been used as a weapon your entire life. And it does this while also having our boy Denji ride a demonic shark through a typhoon to fight the bomb devil. It's insane how well it works. Critics have pointed out that this is what superhero movies used to be. That perfect combination of spectacular action plus genuine character drama that makes you actually care about what's happening. The action-to-motion ratio is chef's kiss perfect, with roughly half the runtime devoted to quiet, intimate character moments, and the other half going absolutely ham with Mappa's gorgeous, fluid animation bringing some of the most creative fight sequences you've ever seen. We're talking Sharknado levels of wild, mixed with legitimate artistic cinema. The movie references everything from Russian films like Ballad of Soldier. They're both people who've been denied normal lives, used as weapons by forces they can't control, robbed of their agency and freedom. The tragedy of the Reese arc is that these two people who could have saved each other, who truly connected on a real level, are forced by circumstance and manipulation to tear each other apart. The movie doesn't shy away from showing you how deeply this hurts both of them. When the truth comes out and they're forced to fight, it's not some triumphant hero versus villain showdown. It's two broken kids destroying each other because the world won't let them have anything good. And Mappa animates this with such care and attention that every punch, every explosion, every moment of betrayal hits you right in the gut. Now let's talk about why this movie looks the way it does, because holy COW, the animation is spectacular. Mappa absolutely outdid themselves here. The director, Tatsuya Yoshihara, who was the action director for Season 1, stepped up to the main director role for this film, and you can feel the difference. Where Season 1 had this muted, gray, almost cinematic realism to its color palette, the movie explodes with vibrant colors and impossibly fluid animation. Every frame is dense with detail. The way characters move, the nuances in their facial expressions, how the film captures Fujimoto's original manga art style and makes it move in ways that feel both faithful and elevated. The action sequences are breathtaking. We're talking about fights that make Marvel movies look like they were directed by accountants. When Denji transforms into Chainsaw Man and starts revving up. When Riz goes full bomb devil mode with explosions erupting from her body. When they're fighting on a beach with a typhoon raging around them. Mappa doesn't cut corners anywhere. There's this moment where Denji rides Beam in his shark form through the air, chainsaws blazing, and it's simultaneously the most ridiculous and most awesome thing you'll see this year. The choreography is insane. The timing is perfect, and unlike some modern action movies where you can't tell what's happening, the spatial awareness and shot composition keep you oriented even in the chaos. But what's maybe even more impressive is how the quiet moments look. The cafe scenes with Denji and Riz, the movie theater date with Makima where she cries during a film, the swimming pool sequence. These moments use natural lighting and realistic shot composition that make them feel grounded and intimate. The art director, Yusuke Takeda, creates backgrounds that are stunning in their verisimilitude and depth. You can feel the rain, the warmth of the cafe, the coolness of the pool water. And then there's the music. Kinshiro Yanazu did both the opening theme, Iris Out, and collaborated with Hikaru Utada on the ending theme, Jane DOE, and these songs are absolute bangers. Iris Out has been #1 on Japan's streaming charts for 11 consecutive weeks. The movie also includes Maximum the Hormones' Hayatari Nio Kuseni as an insert song in this special 70% unredacted edit version that goes hard during the fight scenes. But here's why Chainsaw Man. Riz Arc isn't just another action movie. It's the themes, man. This movie is fundamentally about exploitation, agency, and the impossibility of freedom when you're born into a system designed to use you. Both Denji and Riz have been robbed of normal childhoods, turned into weapons, denied basic human connections, and used by powerful people for their own ends. Denji works for public safety under Makima's control, constantly putting himself in danger for the tiniest scraps of affection or approval. Riz was raised by Soviet agents as an assassin, her entire identity constructed around being a tool for espionage and violence. When they meet, they see in each other the possibility of something different. The movie uses this flower motif throughout to symbolize love, beautiful and colorful, but also fragile and quick to wilt away. The cafe being called Crossroads represents not just where their lives intersect, but all the impossible choices they face between Riz and Makima, between human and devil, between comfortable slavery and terrifying freedom. And there's this devastating recognition that even their love, which feels genuine and real, exists within structures of manipulation and control that make true freedom impossible. The film also explores the subjective nature of storytelling itself. There's this famous scene where Makima cries at a movie, and she tells Denji that out of every 10 movies, only one truly moves her, but that one movie can change her life. This is Fujimoto acknowledging the power of fiction to transform us, while also recognizing that not everything will resonate with everyone. And isn't that kind of beautiful? That this movie, which combines high art references with Sharknado-style shark riding action, trusts its audience to find their own meaning in it? What makes Riz Arc so powerful is that it doesn't offer easy answers or redemption arcs. The ending is brutal. These two people who found genuine connection are torn apart by forces beyond their control, and they don't get their happy ending. But the movie suggests that even brief moments of real connection matter, even when they end in tragedy. Denji's experience with Reese fundamentally changes him. It's the first time he looks beyond his own survival and considers what it means to truly care for another person. And that growth, painful as it is, shapes everything that comes after in his story. So look, here's the bottom line. Chainsaw Man, the movie, Ree's arc, is an absolute masterpiece. And when it drops on digital this December 9th, you need to experience it. Whether you're a longtime fan of the manga, someone who watched season 1 and has been waiting for more, or even if you're completely new to Chainsaw Man, though I'd recommend watching season 1 first for context. This movie delivers on every single level. Stunning animation, heartbreaking emotion, explosive action, complex themes, and characters that will stick with you long after the credits roll. This is what anime can be when talented creators are given the resources and freedom to tell a complete, uncompromising story. It's why this movie has made $175 million worldwide. Why critics are calling it the best shonen anime film ever made. Why it's sitting at 96% on Rotten Tomatoes with an A Cinema score, and why fans have been losing their minds over it for months. The digital release means more people than ever can experience this film, and honestly, everyone should. So mark your calendars for December 9th. Get ready to have your heart broken and your mind blown, and prepare for one of the most intense, beautiful, tragic, and powerful anime experiences you'll ever have. And hey, while you're waiting, maybe go rewatch season 1, check out the manga, or just mentally prepare yourself for the emotional devastation that's coming your way. Trust me, you're going to need it. If you enjoyed this breakdown, smash that like button, subscribe for more anime content, and drop a comment telling me what you think about the Reese arc. Are you Team Reese or Team Akima? Do you think Reese genuinely cared for Denji? And what are you most excited to see when you watch the movie? Let's talk about it in the comments below. Until next time, stay awesome, and remember, in Chainsaw Man, even hope can explode. Peace.